Hello everyone, this is your host, Trevor, and your boy, jetblackrlsh, here with another exciting video. And in this video, I am going to be talking about my day-to-day, August 6th, 2019. Today I've been doing more work, of course. I have my own API up and running that I've made in Golang, which is Google's custom programming language that's inspired by C++, which is a language that I've never personally learned. But Golang seems alright, I guess. I still prefer Python over, Golang. But anyways, I've made my own API in Golang, and I'm having it talk to OpenWeather API. I have my own API key for OpenWeather, to where I'm able to pull weather information from them, and I've been using that for a weather app that I made in Vue.js. So now what I'm trying to do is essentially create a middleman API. My API is going to talk to the OpenWeather API and communicate that information back to my app. Right now, I have it where the app can talk to my API, and my API can talk to OpenWeather and grab the information, but for whatever reason, it's not, the information's not displaying on the app, and that's what I'm currently trying to figure out. I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing wrong there. But anyways, enough programming mumbo jumbo. Outside of that, I have, of course, exercised, showered, messaged with Beth for a bit, and now I'm doing a video for you guys, doing the vlog. And of course, I uploaded a few videos before I started the vlog today as well. Dragon Ball Superfan 10 said, "How was your day?" Fantastic always. Thank you for asking. How was your day today? Don't forget to smash that like button. Do you have any questions for your boy? And do you have any discussion topics that you'd like to talk about on the stream today? When it comes to videos that I uploaded before today's vlog, if you guys are interested, feel free to check them out. I published a new rap video, Rap Central Comics in Common, which is essentially just a rap about how me and my girlfriend have been vibing more and more on comic books recently. So definitely feel free to check that out if you guys are interested in any of the rap content on the channel. Yo, Kels, welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. How's your day today? Do you have any questions for your boy? And do you have any discussion topics that you'd like to talk about on the stream? Also, Kels, don't forget to smash the life button. I just said life button. It is the life button. It is the lifeblood to this channel. Please continue to pump life into the channel and keep it alive by smashing that like button. But yo, Kels, yeah, how are you doing today? Welcome, welcome. Let's see. Oh, I was talking about the videos that I had uploaded today before the stream. So the videos that I've uploaded so far before the stream are the Rap Central Comics in Common video, my music recommendations that I gave based on music that I've been listening to recently. Ben 10 Season 4 Armored Alien toys. There was a reveal at the Toy Fair, and I wanted to do a video about it, talking about how I feel about the direction that the Ben 10 reboot seems to be taking. And Amino Fan Art Challenge. I actually have a new fan art challenge that I'm doing, which I'm sure we're going to end up talking about more during today's vlog. But if you guys want to see the video that I did on it, definitely feel free to check that out. I posted all those videos before the vlog today, and it seems like a few of you guys have already checked it out. It seems to have 3 views, 2 likes, and 1 comment. Not bad, not bad at all. Right now I'm trying to get the live chat up for this stream on my desktop. That way I'll be able to see what you all are saying live, but on a bigger screen where the chat doesn't just out of nowhere. Let's see. So Kel said, "I'm doing good." He said, "I'm kind of hyped to draw Hex Rex because he sounds really different from anything else I've drawn." Interesting. Would you like to tell us a little bit more about that? Like why you've been vibing so hard with Hex Rex and why you feel like he's so different from other things that you've drawn before. I'm hyped to hear that you're hyped to draw Hex Rex. So I feel like we got a hype feedback loop going. The more hype you get, the more hype I get. And it just keeps perpetuating until I die of a cough. Yeah. It's just how it happens sometimes. But yeah, I'm glad that you're excited about the fan art challenge. I wasn't exactly sure how people were going to vibe with it. Dragon Ball Superfan 10 said, "My day was good. Why is One Punch Man Season 2 only 12 episodes?" Well, actually, a lot of anime seasons are 12 episodes in general, so that's actually not too uncommon. So that makes sense. Let's see, then Matt said, "Fan art sounds like a bad idea." Yo, Matt, welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. Don't forget to smash that like button. How's your day today? Do you have any questions for your boy? Any discussion topics you'd like to talk about on the stream? Matt said, "No, no, no. Please don't let me go." Let's see. And then Matt said, "One Punch Man Season 1 was 12 episodes." yeah, so it just kind of works. You know what I mean? Just seems like that's what they're doing. 12 episode seasons. But yeah, we were talking about the Hex Rex Amino fan art challenge. Do you see the video? I did a video about that earlier. If not, I totally understand. I also did a video on Ben 10 Season 4 Armored Alien Toys. I gave my thoughts on that and where the Ben 10 series seems to be going with a reboot. I did a My Music Recommendations video talking about different music that I've been getting into recently. And I did a rap video, which I know you don't care anything about, Matt. Comics in Common, about me and Beth's relationship recently and how we've been bonding more over comic books. Then Matt said, although the 25 episode season is back on the rise. What are some anime that you're currently checking out that are doing the 25 episode season? And then Matt said, why would I watch a video about fan art? So it's a fan art challenge, Matt. The idea is that for Superpower Battles Volume 5, the main character is going to be Hexrex, which is the major supervillain behind the Bear superhero universe. By the way, I published a guidebook on that, available on Amazon, the Bear Superhero Universe Guide. But Hexrex is the main villain of that universe, and I've started a fan art challenge where people can draw their own interpretations of Hexrex, and any submissions that you guys send in, I'll actually include in the book, so you'll get to actually get your artwork published, and we can see how the community sees Hexrex. I just think it'll be pretty interesting. Let's see. Matt said Slime Isekai and Shield Hero. Oh man, you're still watching Shield Hero. I couldn't get into it. I've heard that the Slime Isekai is good, but I've also heard that the Slime Isekai, the character seems like too good. Like the character never seems challenged. Is that true? Yeah, I'm not sure if that's actually true or not. And then Matt said, I know what the video was about. Did you watch it? Then Kel said, because he's like a gritty, mystical, magical dino man. I noticed that you put mystical slash magical. I mean, aren't those synonymous? I could be wrong. Matt said, that doesn't change my question. So why? But didn't you? Didn't you watch a video about fan art? It seems like you did. Let's see. Then Matt said gritty, and then Kels corrected it to gritty with two T's. Two of them things? Two of them things. Matt said Shield Hero finished a while back. I would have known. I gave up on it. Gave up on it hard. Matt said, I didn't watch the video. I just knew. I had that intuition. I feel like that's not necessarily the case. But the title is pretty self-explanatory, except it doesn't say anything about superpower battles whatsoever in the title. So I don't know. You may have known. You may not have known. The world will never know how many licks it takes to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop. So, let's see. Outside of those videos that I did today, I guess there are a few other discussion topics that I've been like thinking about today, but I haven't had time to make videos about just yet. Matt said slime is sort of dumb from a power sense. Would you like to elaborate on that a little bit more? Give some of us who haven't seen Slime Isekai an idea of how dummy thick these powers are of Slime Isekai. Also, I am tempted to get a soft drink beverage from the refrigerator. I am currently considering that at the moment. I might get up for a moment. Temporary intermission. Oh, I was actually going for a Coke Cherry. But thank you, Dad. I appreciate this.
There is no such thing as a Coke Cherry. That's a cherry Coke.
I actually
Get it right.
love you, Dad. When I got up to get a soda, Dad came up to me and gave me a Sprite. And then when I said that I wanted a Coke Cherry, he was like, "There is no Coke Cherry, only cherry Coke." It made me think of like a Yoda line, like a Yoda like inspirational speech thing. Let's see. Matt said, I say overall that Slime was alright. I wouldn't mind seeing a season 2, but it does have its problems. Ooh, Matt, hit us up with that anime review for Slime Isekai. It seems like you could go a little bit deeper while still not necessarily entering spoiler territory and it be an interesting discussion. Kel said, I say gritty, because he's like the only survivor and single handedly won a weird lizard shadow war. Then Matt said, that isn't gritty, that's edgy. That's Sasuke Uchiha edgy. That is not what I expected you to say.
Dad
Also,
reveal.
Dad has announced a dad reveal. So Dad is now. This is my father. As you can see, the resemblance is uncanny. Uh, thank you, Dad. The audience has been wanting to know for a while what you look like. They now know. It has been confirmed. Then Kel said, I interpreted it more as gritty. And then Kel said, oh. He said, oh my. He said, oh my God. Dun, dun, dun. The dad reveal has been done. Then Matt said, the guy who izakais died in the real world from a mugging slash stabbing. Well, at least he wasn't a victim of Truck-kun. It seems like Matt's giving us a little bit of background on Slime Isekai as he's giving us his review of the series. So I feel like gritty and edgy are almost synonymous. I could see them maybe having a slight difference in definition. Matt, what would you say are the big differences between grit and edge? I will say that grit and edge are different because there are a lot of like gritty cowboy movies that you wouldn't say are like edgy cowboy movies. Matt said, an all-like being grants powers to the person to counter his weaknesses, aka how he died in the real world. So an all-powerful being gives a guy who got stabbed in a mugging powers that prevent him from dying the same way in the next world that he gets reincarnated into. That's interesting. Then Kel said, I am shooketh. Then Matt said, this also leaks into certain feelings he was having as he was dying. So the way that you die has to do with the way that you get reincarnated. That kind of makes sense. I see where it's going. Why did he get reincarnated? Because I know that in the smartphone isekai, it's kind of a thing where the all-powerful being goes, oops, like you weren't supposed to die then. Um, why in this particular show does the all-powerful being go, you know what? You need to come back, but somewhere else. You know, like what causes that to occur? Kel said, I am shooketh. Matt said, all, not Al. Well, why didn't you put like two L's in it? Is that how it's spelled in the anime? Then Kel said, wait, Jed, is your dad an anthropomorphic cat? Or is he a furry? You'd have to ask him. We gotta do a dad Q&A at some point. Matt said, so he is heat and cold resistant slash immune. I believe he is also shock immune. He can't really be stabbed, and the main power is he can absorb stuff and gain its powers. So why does he get all those abilities? If he just died in a mugging, right? Shouldn't he be immune to stabbing? I get that part. Why does he get all this extra? And then Matt said, Jet, AI. Oh, well, it's hard to tell if it's an I or an L. Also, that was very refreshing. And that was my first actual sip of the Coke. It is good. Excuse me. Matt said because he felt hot while he was dying. And cold. What? It just seems weird. It also seems like if you died from like a very weird circumstance, that you would just get like a ton of powers. Like if in that world you died from getting like shot, stabbed, set on fire, and like thrown into like the ocean, um, while the water was being electrified by like a live cable, that you would reincarnate in the next world and be like, yeah, I'm just pretty awesome. Matt said, also, that is why I put AI and not AL. So at first I couldn't tell if the capital A, capital L was trying to be you like sounding out a sound. So I wasn't sure if you were trying to say al versus all or what. You know what I mean? Like I said, those I's and those L's, they just look hella similar. I think it's like the font type. Excuse me. That makes them look so close. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Carbonation. Matt said the emphasis is honestly on the absorption power, since it essentially gives him infinite powers. Can he absorb? Is there anything he can't absorb? Actually, that's a better question. Kel said, "Well, frankly, I feel confused, angered, satisfied, and absolutely flabbergasted at the same time." Also, Beth, were you here for the dad reveal? The dad reveal happened, and Kel's is, I quote, shooketh. Beth said, "Can a Hexrex cosplay count as a fan art? I can't draw." A Rex Hex cosplay. Fuck, how am I getting it backwards? A Hex Rex cosplay would definitely be interesting. It would be different from what other people are doing. Um, would you mind if you did do a Hex Rex cosplay, if I used an image of that in my book that I am publishing, Superpower Battles Volume 5? That's what the whole fan art challenge is for. But that sounds interesting. I would you do like a female Hex Rex cosplay? Let's see. Then Matt said specifically he absorbs a cave dragon who is like one of the four cardinal monsters of the world. Oh, I see. So Slime Isekai immediately just gets really good. Well, you didn't say that happens at the beginning, but I feel like that happens pretty early on. Then Beth says, "No, is there a way for me to use that sound effect? Give me one moment. Is that enough no's? I did not put in enough O's in my no. Give me one moment. Damn. How many O's do I need? Hey, that's how many no's. If you guys want to find that button yourselves, also, headphone warning, I have no idea how loud that is. Uh, here's the link to the no button. It's a lot of O's. Mm. Let's see, where we at? Matt said, and that is episode 2. Aha, so he does get the powers really early. Beth said, I missed the hashtag dad reveal, upside down smiley face emoji, which Beth has let me know means frustrated. Originally didn't get that. Originally thought it was supposed to be some twist on sad, because it's like turning a smile upside down. I don't know. Beth said, you can if you want. I appreciate you asking. No problem. I feel like you should always ask before you include pictures of other people in books. Kel said, Beth, I feel so sorry for you. You missed such a life changing event. Then Kel said, I think I'm going to go vegan now. Changed his dietary needs. Matt said, ultimately, the show is based more upon creating a society and being friendly to everyone, only resorting to violence as a means of self defense and violence prevention. So, what? Is the slime guy from Slime Isekai like a cop? Like, is that what he did? uh, is he like a king? He just sounds like he has an interesting role in that world. Kel said, I didn't know it meant frustrated either. I just used it whenever, lol. So, so you used to use it without it having any specific meaning necessarily? Mm. Also, I never do this show with a soundboard, but I just realized I definitely could. I always have that ability. Let's see. Matt said he is the king of a society of monsters. Huh. That is indeed different. That is not what I would have expected. So now I have a soundboard, but I don't know when I'm gonna use any of these sounds. So I'm excited for when I'm gonna use them. Kel said I used it when it made sense within the context of the conversation. How often does an upside down smiley face make sense in a conversation? Like, when does that come up? I'm now very excited for the soundboard. I am actively waiting for something to happen that needs sounds. Matt said, just run through the sounds and we can determine their uses. I mean, I'm not just going to play all the sounds for no reason. I want to play them when they come up. Kel said, not that often, lol. Understand, yeah. It's just a very specific emoji to use. Mm. Oh, but if you guys want, I could just send you guys the link to the soundboard. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. I feel for like a live broadcast, it makes the most sense to like use a soundboard thing sometimes. Maybe not all the time, but sometimes. Let's see. Then Matt said, "But when will we ever use Squadala? What is Squadala? I have no idea what that is." Mm. This soundboard's design is really weird. I noticed that like each button, like each sound effect button, has a Facebook share option, which just seems very specific. I don't know why you would need that. Mm. But for anyone who sees that little link that I posted in the live chat to the soundboard, tell me what sounds do you find the most interesting, and what sounds do you think would be the most appropriate? Look up Squadala. I've never heard of this. I'm curious if it is a sound. I'm gonna look it up specifically on the soundboard page that I am already on. And then, oh, they don't have it. Then Matt said, also, this is a generic soundboard. That doesn't count. Excuse me. What kind of soundboard would you have preferred? Excuse me. Excuse me. Mm. The carbonation's really hitting me on this cherry coke. Let's see. Bump, bump, bump. I know, so we have 3 viewers and 2 likes. Can we get this video up to 3 viewers and 3 likes? Truly appreciate it. Matt said one where the sounds are things that pertain to your interest. So like a superhero soundboard? Then Beth said, what is the no button? That is literally the button that I hit earlier. I have no idea how loud that is for you guys. I am still thinking to myself, man, I'm wondering how people are reacting whenever these sounds play. I can't tell if they're really loud or if it's just going to be whatever. Mm. Then Matt said that might be an example. Do you know where there are these specialized soundboards just freely available on the internet? Let's see. Superhero soundboard. Well, let's look some shit up. Then Matt said, just type Squadala into YouTube. The Squadala is such a specific thing. Apparently, there's a thing called soundboard.com. And it looks horrible. I'm going to leave here right now. I don't. that was a very quick nope. What does a specific page on soundboard.com look like? Gosh, it looks so gross. It looks, I could make this website. I don't, let's see. Beth said, I would hit that button all the time if I knew how to get to it. I literally posted a soundboard link. That's how you can get to it. Matt said, no, you need to make your own soundboard. You want me to make a soundboard? I probably could. It probably wouldn't even be that hard. But it would be more effort than to use the soundboard that I have right now. just already freely available. Mm. But at the same time, I still don't know when to use any of these sounds. Like, I think I have like ideas of when I might use some of them, but I actually do. They're just the situations have to come up. Beth said I can't access it without downloading a link. Downloading a link? What does she mean? Do you mean like clicking the link? I mean, you can access it as long as you have internet and like a browser. Mm. And then Beth said, push other buttons on the soundboard just for me. What buttons do you want? I don't. No one's requesting buttons. Matt said, this is why you need your own soundboard. Since then, you would know when to use all your sounds and have ready access to those sounds. Then Beth said, app, not link. Oh, so for everyone who's on phone, if you click that link, does it go, oh, you gotta be on the app instead? Because that's interesting. I'm looking at it on my computer, so I would have had no idea. Mm. That it like was partially cut off. That was supposed to be the bruh button. There we go. Matt said computer life only to all the mobile users. Let's see. Then Matt said phone viewers get out. Um, fuck. I'm trying to figure out what would be some good things. That's the Law and Order like dun dun. That's the joke thing. Uh, that's the Inception horn. That would have been good for the dad reveal. Very dramatic. Um, this also would have been good for the dad reveal. Beth said hashtag dad reveal part 2. I don't think so. I feel like that was a special occasion moment. You missed out. That was unplanned too. Mm. Let's see. I don't know. I feel like there are definitely benefits to a generic soundboard. You get a lot of access to a lot of basic things. Mm. See, we got the little Legend of Zelda thingy. That's cool. I like that one. We also got, which I feel like could be useful. Kel said, what do you think would be the poker game power of an awkward person whose goal is to become a celebrity? I'm trying to think of a character. I imagine that their poker game power would be Joker, and it would give them the ability to transform into a more handsome or more beautiful character, gender respective. But maybe you could have a very interesting twist to it where it changes their gender. Like maybe they can shapeshift into a beautiful woman, but the person is normally an awkward man. Or maybe they can transform into a, excuse me, a handsome man, but normally it's like an awkward woman, and their appearance change helps them be more confident in achieving their goal, but now they feel kind of weird about their situation and don't necessarily want people to know that they're achieving their goal through a power. They just want people to think that that's how they normally are. I think that's how I would go about a character like that. But how you would want to do that, Kels, is totally up to you. Matt said, so yeah, Ong beating Edward makes sense. Okay, so Matt's, I guess, is like, it's time to start spoiling death battles. That's fine. It's been out for a minute, so I understand where you're coming from. And then Matt said, but why would they be playing games? Matt's still upset about how your poker game universe is set up, Kels. He's like, they should be fighting crime. Beth said, I'm gonna just scroll back momentarily for the dad reveal. Understandable. And then Matt said, stop saying Ang wrong. Mm. Are you a member of the Ong family or the Ang family? Let's see. Finish him. Man, that's old school. I really like that one. Let's see. Beth said, about what time was the hashtag dad reveal? How would I know? How would I... Then Matt said Ong is only for bad movies. Some people say Ong. I'm legitimately just trying to figure out what buttons I would use. Why is that button so long? Let's see. I like that one. That one's like the CinemaSin sound effect or whatever. You could use that for fun facts. Like how Matt was like, Ong is only for the bad movies. Let's see. I was not. That was very sudden. Matt said also Captain Falcon beating Johnny Cage is eh. Um, Now you're hitting me up on stuff that was kind of older, Death Battle stuff that I wasn't really keeping up with. But speaking of Death Battle, have you guys seen Minute Matchup? They're the people who did the Nightwing versus Daredevil Death Battle that was live action. They actually have their own Death Battle style show that is normally live action fights between characters, but they're relatively short. They did a really solid Quicksilver versus the Flash episode that I liked, and they did a really solid it sucks to be like complimenting a channel and then you're like trying to name another video that they did and you're like I haven't finished their Power Rangers versus Voltron video, but that was the last video of theirs that I was looking at. I ended up getting sidetracked by something else at the time. Let's see. Kel said they're playing games because it's an important part of the world's culture. Excuse me. The story is during a time of peace, and it's just about sports. I don't know what to tell you. Excuse me. Matt said, but I'm not asking about society as a whole. I'm asking about the awkward celebrity. Oh. Oh, well, Kels kind of explained this yesterday, but I also think this is kind of weird. So, Kels has explained that in his superhero universe poker game, in order to accomplish any of your goals, right, you gotta be a successful athlete. They're like interconnected in his world, which I think is kind of weird. Everybody in poker game is all about that. Let's see. Matt said a society that revolves around games is fine, but then every person must have a reason to play the games. Well, Kells is making it where if you succeed at the games, you succeed at real life, is essentially what he's trying to do. Which I guess is better than if you die in the game, then you die in real life. Um, but it was kind of whatever. Then Matt said, why was the GameCube startup sound even remotely related to what we were talking about? Because they're all about the games. uh, then Matt said, also, that sounds very eh. Well, elaborate for your boy Kells so that he understands where you're coming from. What do you think would have been a better game thing to have played for that specific sound? I don't think it would have been like. Well, challenge everything was a nice part because it was like everything has to relate to games. Maybe that would have been more appropriate. I'm trying to see if I actually got myself with my whole. Well, it's not like this would have been better. Let's see. Kel said it's just in a specific country in the world. The whole world isn't like that. Hold on. Kels, you mentioned four major countries, right? You're like your story takes place in one of those four countries, and in that country, in order to succeed at life, you have to be like a solid athlete, like a high ranking athlete. It kind of reminds me of like the Chinese social credit system and how they have a system that's like if you don't have enough points, you lose certain rights, and the more points you gain, the more rights that you have and stuff like that. except it's related to superpower points rather than just being critiqued on your life choices, which is pretty much how the social credit system is. Let's see, Matt said, personally, I wouldn't have job success be related to game success and vice versa, and aim more to try to make it so that the jobs that exist within that society make sense. Celebrities by themselves aren't really a job title. I understand where you're coming from. The idea of being famous. Well, being famous just for the sake of being famous actually is a thing now in the modern day. It's kind of weird, but there are pretty famous examples of that, like Paris Hilton and the Kardashians and stuff like that. A lot of like reality show people are kind of like, I'm famous just kind of from being a person who's just putting myself out there. Matt said you become a celebrity by doing something that makes you famous. Right, that's true. But you can also kind of become famous by just specifically putting yourself out there and just what you do in your life. Like Paris Hilton is like, her dad's famous, and then she's like, I'm gonna take that fame and then grow off of it, and then she did that for a little bit. You know what I mean? There's the Cash Me Outside girl, who's famous for being on an episode of Dr. Phil, and now like she's a celebrity. You know, you can kind of grow out of like even just like a small thing, and then just become a celebrity for celebrity's sake kind of thing. Ryan said, "Have you ever heard of Pat Buchanan? He is one of the most influential figures in modern American fascism. I have not, nor am I very interested in discussing about that. Yo, Ryan, welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. Don't forget to smash that like button. How's your day today? Do you have any questions for your boy? Any discussion topics you'd like to talk about on the stream? I got hella tongue tied for some reason. I think maybe influential figures got me, but I don't know why. That's not a huge like F on F sound thing. Matt said, but what I'm getting at is that a society where games are king means that the main source of celebrities are people who are good at games. That makes sense. Then Matt said, but that isn't specific to any given job title. Well, he's trying to say anyone who's known for anything is also good at games. Also, not Matt, Ryan, you'd probably like this sound effect. Execute Order 66. Mm. Let's see. Gesundheit. Ryan would also probably like this sound effect. Let's see. Matt said, but why are those equivalent? Well, I mean, I can't explain Kells' world for you. Where did Kells go? This is his universe. Ryan said that sound effect was great. Speaking of great, there was a new episode of Table Pop that came out today. Dorkly is the YouTube channel that Table Pop comes out on. They did a RPG based off of breakfast cereals. So the main guy, like the game master for Table Pop, made up the rules, and everybody played different cereal mascots, and they were a part of like this Suicide Squad style military unit where they had to bust into a house and make the children eat sugary cereals instead of like bran flakes, but the parents were trying to kill them, and they were all weak to milk, and whenever they like were hit by milk, their bodies would start deteriorating and stuff. I was like, man, this is a trippy as fuck episode. But it's really dark. It's probably one of the darkest Table Pop episodes yet, especially Tony the Tiger. I'd highly recommend it. Good ass episode. Let's see. Uh, Matt said, why is this a normal society with a game society taped on? Matt is not a fan of the game society thing, Kels. Kels said, I think the good at sport equals good at life is fine because it's only at a specific part of the world. It motivates characters to do sports and shows flaws within the society as a whole. It just seems like a weird flex for them to base it off of. and for it to be something that's applied to everyone rather than to like certain people for specific fields. You know what I mean? Um, so I do think it is kind of like an odd choice. Ryan said, dun 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, random history fact thing. Dun, 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 dun. Let's see. Then Matt said, only if the message being touted is that fame doesn't equal talent. Wait, so Matt, are you saying that like everything he set up to now has broken your suspension of disbelief, but if he ties it to a very specific message, that you'll be like, oh, it's okay, because that seems kind of I don't know how I feel about that. That makes me think that if Kells' idea was a movie, Matt, you would sit down in the movie and then throughout it you're like, this just isn't really good, this doesn't make any sense, and then at the end you learn the moral lesson and then you go, oh well, that wasn't bad. Like, is that legitimately like your standpoint? And then Matt said, the idea that you are great at games so everyone wants to eat your food, but in actuality you are a terrible chef. um I understand like the kind of lesson that you're trying to provide off of that. What am I thinking about? I thought I had like a good example based on what you were saying, but then I just didn't. So I don't know. Do you have any stories that are like that, Matt? That you think would make solid examples? I thought I had something, but I did not. Hmm. Matt said a theme should be prevalent throughout the entire movie, and not just at the end. So you're saying it would have to be something that holds true throughout the entire film, and it'd be something that it'd have to be like known. Okay, so you're saying as long as Kells has that kind of message be prevalent throughout the entire thing, that you would vibe with it. Let's see. Then Matt said, if that is the case, then the theme isn't properly explored. Like if you only get it at the end. Um, I don't know. Sometimes a theme can be throughout an entire thing, but you not really think about it until the very end. Like the end can kind of wrap it all together. Hunter x Hunter kind of feels like that, even though it's not over. There's definitely a moment where I suddenly was like, oh, that's that makes sense. So stuff like that can happen. Let's see. Then Nani sent another vlog with Nickabenson. Yo, Nani, welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. How's your day today? Do you have any questions for you, boy? Any discussion topics you like to talk about on the stream? Also, don't forget to smash that like button. Truly appreciate it. We currently have 4 viewers and 2 likes. Can we get this video to 4 viewers and 4 likes? Truly appreciate it. Let's see. Then Matt said, Ryan, why do you do this? Then Ryan said, surprise, the movie you watched had a theme. Uh, then Matt said, Jet won't touch things that are politically charged, so why bother? And then Ryan said, discussing the history of American fascism is important. And then Matt said, but not to Jet. Then Ryan said, it's not for Jet. Do 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 do. Currently, Nani, what we're currently talking about, Matt is critiquing Kells' superhero universe. I'm looking at a soundboard and trying to figure out what things, like what buttons on the soundboard would be best to press, and just trying to get through a whole bunch of different buttons. Let's see. And then Matt said, so why post it here? Then Nani said, I'm going to draw a pic with all my waifus. Going to try to see if it fits. I have a lot, but it's going to be Rukia, Ryoko. Well, I'm about to butcher your waifus. Ryoko, Toka, and Merlin from the Seven Deadly Sins. Okay, I believe in you. I'm sure you can do it. You are a competent artist. Ryan said, it's for you. Ryan's delivering those political messages directly to Matt. I bet Matt didn't see that coming. You know, the button was labeled done done, and I thought I was gonna do dun 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 or something along those lines. So, did not expect Law and Order for that one. Let's see. Then Matt said, but I don't care for it either. Then Ryan said, I tried to warn. Well, moving past Ryan's message. No offense, Ryan, just not interested. Nani said, I'm gonna have Rukia with the wedding dress on, the floor looking sad. That's the first thing I'm gonna do. Rukia with the wedding dress on the floor looking sad. That's very specific. My question would be, why? Then Matt said, that sounds depressing. Depressing wombo combo is a button. What is that?
Look at that up smash show. Happy feet. Wombo combo. Oh, where are you at? Oh, where are you at?
I wish I could pause the sounds when they start playing and they're bad. Do they have the crippling depression thing on here? That'd be a good button.
I have crippling depression.
They do, but the sound clip doesn't start as fast as you would hope. Nani said, I don't know. I like how she looks when she's sad. Okay, you do you, Nani. Very specific flex. And Kel said, the reason good at sports equals good at life exists is because in the world of super sports, you need leadership skills, the ability to work well with others, physical fitness, and intelligence, which I guess he's saying fits everything. He's like, you need that for all jobs, I guess. The way that you're setting up being a good athlete in that country, Kels, is almost like saying it's like an aptitude test needed to even apply to work in a career. Like it's similar to like getting like a diploma, is being like a good athlete. Um, and then Matt said, "What is this depressing harem art? Waifu art? You were close." Kel said, Oh, well, it is a whole bunch of waifus. I see where you're getting at. Kel said, qualities that are wanted in many fields of work, and the superpowers will help you be good at the job you want to do. That's debatable. I do think I know what the type of soundboard things I would want would be. I want DPYGO soundboard, to be honest. Let's see. Then Nani said, maybe not though, because it does sound depressing. It does. It just sounds very depressing. It kind of felt like that was the idea. Let's see. Then Matt said, but that doesn't fully translate to all fields though, Kels. Which is true. Ryan said, Gowther greater than Merlin. Seven Deadly Sins, an anime that I know nothing about. Matt said, there is so much technical know-how to most jobs that such a thing isn't an excuse. I understand where you're coming from. That being said, I will say a general education, like a high school education, doesn't necessarily prepare you for a lot of technical jobs either. So if being a good athlete is like the equivalent of maybe getting like a GED or something, still doesn't really fit you for a lot of things. Actually, yeah, being a good athlete is significantly worse than just having like a high school education. What is the education system like, Kels? If everybody's trying to become an athlete in order to enter whatever their desired career is, then what is schooling even like in that world? Is it just all preparation to become an athlete, or does it actually also prepare you for like a job? Let's see. Then Matt said correct. He said, is education free and top of the class? Let's see. When you said correct, I feel like there must be a button for that. Wow, there are a whole bunch of buttons like that. That's very specific. What's this one? Well, that's the normal ding. What's this one? Ooh, I like that one. I like that. That's probably my favorite correct button. What's the Jeopardy correct answer? Oh, that's right. Yeah, I watch Jeopardy. That's true. Matt said third correct is nice. I agree. I also think that third correct is nice. And Ryan said ding-a-ling. Here's the Price is Right ding. Not as big of a fan. Okay.
That is correct.
Oh, that's the Darth Vader one. Matt said, I want to say it is Paper Mario's correct sound. Who knows? Very specific reference. I can search for Paper Mario buttons. There are three. There are three Paper Mario buttons. Then Ryan said, "Ding a big ling." Let's see. They throw me every time. They're louder than I think and longer than I think. Okay, Paper Mario yawn. Why would I want that? That's such a very specific button. And Paper Mario lucky. Okay, yeah, that was fine. That was like a harmonica. Let's see. Then Ryan said, "Ding a thick ling." Matt said, "You weren't ready for the game over sound." I wasn't. I didn't. I didn't know that's what that was. That threw me hella hard, like a baseball, my guy. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out what other sounds would be. I guess it would be good to just look up sounds whenever you guys say specific things that I feel like might be appropriate. Let's see. Huh, they don't have anything for ice cold. Matt said Vanguard. Do you think they'll have very specific Vanguard-based things? Because they don't. They have Paladin's Ash saying, I'm leading this, and Vanguard Dinha, which I don't know what that is. I'm actually very scared to hit that button. Kel said, education quality varies in the good at sports equals good at life place. Education pushes you towards sports, while in other places they give you other opportunities. So, unlike how it is like in the US, where education normally tries to push you toward like a STEM field, it would be like an education system that pushes you more toward athleticism. I don't know how I missed the word. Then Matt said they had Paper Mario. Well, they don't really have Vanguard. I mean, I looked it up. They just don't have it. Now, you know what they might have, though? Yu-Gi-Oh! And they have a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! Buttons. Like a good few. Including when the delay hits you too hard. Oh, it's just a quiet button. Oh no, they have the life point sound for Yu-Gi-Oh, but it's really quiet. So that's kind of annoying.
I totally won that duel.
Let's see.
No way! Dino DNA!
Yu-Gi-Oh! Season 0. A lot of these are not too short, but too quiet. I'm hitting a lot of these Yu-Gi-Oh! Buttons and not hearing shit. What Yu-Gi-Oh! Villain was that? Let's see. Then Matt said, "Draw monster card." And then Matt said, "Oh hey, they have Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged sound effects in there too." Apparently, I don't know. And then Matt said, "Weevil? Maybe."
What is this?
I'm wondering if I'm about to get copyright strikes. Possibility. It was a rap about smashing chicks and watching Yu-Gi-Oh! I did not expect that. But the button was called Yu-Gi-Oh! Booty, so I do not know what I did expect. Draw monster card actually didn't have a button, from what I could tell. In the arms. Oh, is that a button? That sounds like the copyright strike button, actually. I was very hyped for that button, and then I thought about it just for a little bit. I would really like a DPYGO soundboard. I feel like he has some pretty solid memes that deserve to be made into a soundboard. Cartoon. I don't think he has one. Someone should make that soundboard. Matt said Pokemon probably has way too many buttons. So we're about to find out. I imagine it will have quite a few. It has a minimum 4 pages of buttons. I actually don't know what a lot of Pokemon sounds are like. Uh, fuck. I don't know why the sounds get me. I'm like the one hitting the button, so I should see them coming. But I guess I never expect them to sound the way they do. Hmm. That's the thing, I guess. Okay, I vibe with that. Now calm down, button, before you copyright strike me. Yeah, thank you. Kel said, Yu-Gi-Oh! Ass. Sounds like it'll play a clip of a Yu-Gi-Oh! Character saying dramatically, Yugi, his ass is absolutely ginormous. Now, there's a, fuck. There's a nice Yu-Gi-Oh! Dub reference thing in a Soul Brother video or whatever. Fuck, now I gotta look up that Soul Brother number 3 video. It's really good. I can't recommend it enough. Soul Brother number 3 did a video that's called what is the video called? Dating tips for incels. It's like a parody. He likes to do a lot of weird mockumentaries about subcultures, where he kind of makes fun of them. If you read the comment sections for that particular video, people say he's just is literally just his Twitter. He just brought his Twitter to life in a video. But he has this one girl in the video just saying a bunch of crazy shit, and he has some Yu-Gi-Oh references in there, inside the video. Ooh, gotta be careful. I want to play like a solid clip from the video. Let's see.
And by the way, Kamiyar's Yu-Gi-Oh dub, when the fuck is that coming out?
Dude, get your nice muscular ass out of my face.
He got fired from.
Yeah, it's the get that nice muscular ass out of my face thing. That's a very specific line. That's what I thought about Kels when you said the Yu-Gi-Oh ass comment. She also says a little bit more about Yu-Gi-Oh later on, real quick.
You did this end in PCP. Never had sex? Can't relate. I've had so much sex, I have a fully organized Yu-Gi-Oh collection.
She says she says stuff like that. That could be a button. That could be a shirt. I have so much sex I have an organized Yu-Gi-Oh collection. That'd be a long shirt. That'd be like an XLT. um Man, there are actually quite a few Yu-Gi-Oh references in this video. Now I think about it. By the way, I'll just send you guys a link to that video in case anyone's interested in checking it out. Soul Brother number 3 is a really good channel. Let's see. Ryan said something that I'm not going to comment on. And then Matt said, also, I just realized Vanguard Mobile doesn't exist still. It's funny you mentioned that because Ray King came on here the other day, also mad about that. Yeah, it's disappointing. Excuse me. Let's see. Kel said, I think the Fourth Amendment was better, to be honest, than the First Amendment. That's your that's your comeback to what Ryan said. Interesting. Then Matt said, not mad, since it made weird changes that weren't needed. I mean, I'm not mad that the mobile app isn't out yet, but I am disappointed. Which also should be a button. I feel like the soundboard is weak. It's weak sauce. It's kryptonite weak. It's let's see. Bump 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 bump. Oh shit, we're at like the 59-second mark. Yo guys, I'd like to thank you all for watching. If you like this video, make sure to smash that like button, favorite, comment, subscribe, and ding ding ding, ring that bell so you'll be notified whenever we do these live streams. It's your host, your friend, your boy, Jet Black the one and only, logging out. Peace guys. Thank you again.